Right. So I am sitting with a new friend of mine, Zach Beach. You have been investing in real estate for what, 10 years or more?
Yeah, it's actually going on 10 years. So December of 2014, I started making my first dials.
Nice.
Yeah, so now we're going on, towards the end. So not quite 10 years, but almost there. I felt like it's been a heck of a lot longer. I promise you that.
Yeah, yeah. So especially with all the ups and downs and all the stresses that can come with it. But
Oh, for
um, so you have been investing, you have been doing creative finance before creative finance was cool, like you say, before it became super mainstream.
sure.
Due to a good friend of ours, Pace Morby, has definitely made it more people more aware about creative finance. You are also the CEO of Smart Real Estate Coach. This is, I'm assuming, a coaching program of yours.
For sure, yeah. So, yeah, CEO of Smart Real Estate Coach, where we actually show people how to buy and sell real estate with creative financing, so sub twos, lease options, owner finance, and then how to exit on rent to own in our with our three payday system.
Love it. Okay. And then where are you originally from?
Right here in Central Massachusetts. I was born and raised in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, and then actually I went off to college in Boston, then went to UMass Dartmouth, the real, Dartmouth, and then
I'll disagree with that, but that's okay.
oh, for sure. That's what people. I was always telling them. I'm like, I went to Dartmouth.
uh,
Like I was like, yeah, UMass Dartmouth. And then moved to
I,
Newport, Rhode Island. Lived there for almost 10 years, from basically when I was 21 or 22 when I graduated up until last year when I was 32 years old. And then we moved back to Shrewsbury, Mass, to raise our kids. I got a 4 and a 6-year-old, and me and my wife both grew up here, and we thought it was a really good place to have everyone grow up.
Tell me, you might have just already said this, but why did you originally move to Rhode Island?
Yeah, good question. So, my wife's family, because my wife and I met in middle school. It's actually tomorrow is going to be our 10th anniversary from being married, but 21 years of us being together,
Wow.
which is kind of insane because I spent more time with her than I have without her at this point in time. And thank goodness, because the Zach without Kayla got in a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So we moved to
I agree,
Newport,
by the way.
yeah. So we moved to Newport, Rhode Island because my wife's family bought a second house down there. And when we graduated from high school, they moved down there full time. And I honestly was just looking for a new place to settle. I grew up in Central Massachusetts. A lot of my friends went to Worcester State, stayed here, and I needed a change. I went through a lot of challenging situations growing up, battled with addiction and a lot of other things as well. So I needed a new place to start over. So when I left UMass Dartmouth, me and Kayla said, we're not going back to Worcester. Instead, why don't we move to Newport and let's try something new? So then we moved down there, actually stayed with her parents for about 6 months. And then eventually we ended up getting our first apartment down there. And then I started bar backing and then eventually bartending. And then helped open up a new restaurant down there as a bar back and a bartender. And my wife ended up doing the same thing. And then we were in that restaurant or the industry life for almost 4 years. And then I was doing that and personal training down there. And then Advocare, I was, hustling nutritional supplements as well. So I was doing whatever you needed to do in order to make money. And then eventually I got super burnt out. And that's what started getting me thinking about real estate.